Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the NHL's secret little plan if the Stanley Cup gets lost, stolen, or something happens to it whatsoever. Okay, let's get into it. This is a pretty big secret here. There are actually 3 different Stanley Cups. Just hold your horses, because I'm going to explain everything here. So the original one was just basically a bowl. And by now, like, if you use logical sense, that Stanley Cup, they added a new ring every time it had a new winner on it. It's the longest trophy in all of professional sports in North America. So, like, it would be like twice a human size if you thought about it by now. Because just like when the NHL started, every year since then, somebody has gotten a new team, like, has gotten their names on it. Some, like the Canadians, multiple times. Like, every time it's been won, names have been added to it with a new ring. It would be, like, huge. So here's what they do. They have an original Stanley Cup. And I'm not sure what they do with the names. I'm thinking that maybe they just, like, write them down somewhere or something. I'm not sure about what they do with the names, because they would, like, be humongous, like. But there's 3 different Stanley Cups. There's the original one, which I don't know where that is, but I know it's somewhere in Canada. Then there is the presentation one, which that's where when they hold, the one that they hold, and the one that they, like, take pictures with and all that stuff. And then there's the one that's another replica at the Hockey Hall of Fame, which there's a slight difference between the Hockey Hall of Fame one and the presentation one, because I believe the presentation one, the last time that the Oilers won the cup, I have no idea how long that was, the owner's dad got written onto the cup for some reason, so they have his name scratched out. On the one at the Hockey Hall of Fame, it is not there whatsoever. Whatsoever, dude. Like, seriously, it's not even there. Which I don't remember, but, like, the last time. Just let me do a little bit of research here real fast, please. Okay, guys, here we go. 1963 is when they replaced it with the presentation cup. Which means that, as ridiculous as this is, the Toronto Maple Leafs were the last ones to host the original Stanley Cup itself. Let that sink in for a second. As joke of a franchise as they are now, the Toronto Maple Leafs were the last ones to hoist the original Stanley Cup. I know how hilarious that sounds, but I'm being serious. The Maple Leafs, arguably the worst franchise in ice hockey right now, was the last ones to host the original Stanley Cup. It's kind of embarrassing to think about, isn't it? Yikes. I also came along some pretty good facts when I was searching up that time. It spent one night in the Ottawa Canal when one of the players, for some reason, drop kicked it into the canal. I still don't understand why you would do that. Stupid idiot guy. I kind of found a solution for the names on the rings thing. It was modified so that the oldest team that won it, the oldest ring it has it is taken off. It has removable rings, so that oldest ring is taken off, and it's put into a vault at the Hockey Hall of Fame. So, like, they just keep adding rings, but they also take off a ring every single year. So you guys won't be immortalized on that cup forever if you do win it. Let's see, so what else do I have here? The Red Wings had a player who did not play that year, engraved on the Stanley Cup, and the NHL allowed it. They don't usually do that, and a lot of players' names are misspelled on that thing. But the NHL allowed it because he was not able to play that year because he was in a very, very bad car crash, which put him out for the season. I think that's a pretty good circumstance. How about you? It also has its own little keeper person. I don't remember his name. You'll have to look it up. But the Stanley Cup has a keeper person, and how he came to do that was let's just say it was very funny to see. Apparently, he was just driving the cup from one place to another a bit of time ago, and the NHL was like, "Oh yeah, you're good at your job," and they let him do it for the rest of his life. So they pay him just to drive the cup around and like make sure nobody touches it and all that stuff. The most ridiculous job, but the most high paying one too. And believe it or not, the Stanley Cup has gotten damaged a few times. Yep, I know what you're thinking. You're crazy. The Stanley Cup is perfect, but it's gotten damaged. Mark Messier damaged it, and he took it to a body shop. Fans have tried to steal that like what, 1,000,000 times now, the whole cup. But he took it to a body shop to get it fixed. And then a couple other players. I remember one was a dent that had to get fixed out. So like the rule is, I'm guessing, to players. Well, now there's certain rules you have to put in place, like, so that does not happen. But if you do end up damaging it, you have to like do everything you can to like bang that dent out or whatever. Like, you have to fix it, basically, is what I'm telling you. And another really funny fact is, it's actually gone swimming on 3 different occasions. Yes, the players have actually put it in a pool on 3 different occasions. Another really funny fact is, in 1924, the Montreal Canadiens won the Stanley Cup, and then they promptly just forgot about it. Like, how do you forget about winning something that, like, important to a game? Like, if you win it, like, don't forget about it. Like, keep your rings. Like, yikes. Another fact that I find really, really funny is 2 different babies have been baptized in the Stanley Cup. Stay with me here. I'm not sure why this would happen, but 2 babies have been baptized in the Stanley Cup. 2, like, I mean, like, those are 2 pretty special babies. If I do say so myself there. Another pretty funny fact is that the Stanley Cup has actually went to war before. In 2007, Canada sent it overseas to the Middle East to boost the morale of their troops fighting there. So it's gone to a battle zone. Number one, like, that's a stupid decision. Why would you think of doing that? That's like one of the stupidest decisions. I cannot get behind that. I cannot understand why you would do that. Comment if you guys think you know why somebody would do that, because that's like stupid. Because if it gets damaged or blown up, like, you're screwed. Like, you're out of some money there. And here's the last fact I'm gonna share with you today. Seattle, who is like right now in the mix for a expansion franchise in 2020, as I'm making this video. In 2018, they are like in the mix for getting one. All they need is just the arena built at this time. Seattle was the first one to win the Stanley Cup, and the team was called the Seattle Metropolitans. Look them up. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna go into research about it. I'm gonna just let you guys have the rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.